In the ancient city of Alexandria, founded by Alexander the Great in 331 BC, rose a monument to human knowledge unlike anything before or since. The Library of Alexandria, established under Ptolemy II, gathered the writings of the known world into one place. It is said to have contained between 200,000 and 700,000 scrolls. Philosophy from Greece, mathematics from Egypt, astronomy from Babylon, medicine from India. Scholars came from every corner of the Mediterranean. Euclid systematized geometry within its walls. Eratosthenes measured the Earth's circumference to astonishing accuracy. Hero of Alexandria built mechanical devices that anticipated the steam engine. The Ptolemies ordered every ship docking at the city's harbor searched for manuscripts. Originals were kept, copies returned. Alexandria became not just a library, but a living machine of knowledge. Then it began to vanish. In 48 BC, Julius Caesar set fire to ships in the harbor during his war with Pompey. Ancient sources disagree whether the flames reached the library, but some 40,000 scrolls were reportedly lost. Centuries later, the Roman Emperor Theodosius I ordered pagan temples destroyed, including the Serapeum, which held part of the collection. A final legend blames the Arab conquest in 642 AD, claiming the scrolls heated Alexandria's baths for 6 months. Though modern historians doubt this story. Most believe the library faded gradually through neglect, political turmoil, and the city's decline as a cultural center. What disappeared remains unknown. The lost plays of Sophocles, treatises of Archimedes beyond those that survived. Perhaps maps, inventions, or philosophies centuries ahead of their time. The Library of Alexandria became a symbol of cultural memory itself, how knowledge can rise, flourish, and vanish, leaving only the question of what humanity might have become had its wisdom endured. Pages of silence. In a quiet Hungarian archive lies a manuscript that defies every attempt to read it. The Rohan Codex, discovered in the early 19th century, contains over 400 pages of handwritten text in an unknown script. Its alphabet consists of nearly 200 unique characters, arranged in patterns that resemble language yet match no known tongue. Accompanying the text are more than 80 illustrations. Soldiers with banners march across its pages. Priests perform ceremonies beneath suns and stars. Crosses mingle with crescent moons. Saints share space with pagan symbols. The images suggest faith and conflict, ritual and power, but nothing certain, for the words around them remain silent. Scholars have tried for 2 centuries to break its code. Some believe it was the prayer book of a secret Christian sect. Others suspect a chronicle of a lost Central European people. Statistical analysis shows patterns too complex for random invention, yet no linguistic key has unlocked its meaning. In the 20th century, some argued it was an elaborate hoax created by a 19th century forger to deceive collectors. But why produce hundreds of pages in an invented script no one could read? Why illustrate scenes of such strangeness and detail only to leave them without explanation? Modern cryptography has solved Linear B, the Mayan glyphs, even letters burned in volcanic ash from Herculaneum. The Rohan Codex resists them all. Computer algorithms scanned its symbols. Historians compare them to medieval shorthand, to Central Asian scripts, to ancient runes. No solution holds. Today it remains a riddle in ink and paper, a book that seems to contain a voice yet refuses to speak, a reminder that even in an age of machines and algorithms, mystery survives in the turning of a page. The Piri Reis map. In 1513, Ottoman Admiral Piri Reis drew a map on parchment made from gazelle skin. It showed Europe, North Africa, the coast of Brazil, and, impossibly, part of Antarctica, 3 centuries before its official discovery. Even stranger, the coastline appeared ice-free, as if copied from a time when the continent's edges were bare rock and soil. Piri Reis wrote that his chart came from older sources, Greek maps, Arab maps, even some from Columbus. None survive. None explain its accuracy. 16th-century sailors lacked the tools to measure longitude precisely, yet parts of the map align almost perfectly with modern coordinates. Some scholars believe it preserves knowledge from a forgotten ancient civilization, perhaps Atlantis, whose seafarers mapped the globe before history began. Others argue Renaissance cartographers sometimes guessed coastlines by rumor or sailors' tales, creating accidental accuracies. But the depiction of Antarctica without ice troubles even the skeptics. Geological evidence shows the continent was ice-free more than 6,000 years ago, long before any known civilization sailed those waters. Only a third of the original map survives, kept today in Istanbul's Topkapi Palace. But that fragment alone challenges assumptions about the past. How did a 16th-century admiral obtain data that seemed centuries, even millennia, ahead of his time? Some suggest ancient mariners possessed techniques since lost. Astronomy more precise than the Greeks, measurements more accurate than the Renaissance. Others invoke myth. Atlantis, antediluvian kingdoms, civilizations erased by floods and ice ages. The Piri Reis map remains an object of wonder and suspicion, a chart whose coastlines seem to whisper that history holds memories far older and far stranger than we have yet uncovered. The Forgotten Giant. In 1890, near the French village of Castelnau, anthropologist Georges Vacher de la Puge unearthed 3 enormous bones from an ancient burial mound, part of a femur, a tibia, and a humerus. Their size stunned him. Measurements suggested a human over 3.5 meters tall, 11 feet, twice the height of ordinary men. The findings were published in La Nature, France's leading scientific journal. Experts at the University of Montpellier examined the bones and agreed they appeared human, though of extraordinary size. Newspapers across Europe speculated about a lost race of giants remembered in myth, from the biblical Nephilim to the Titans of Greece. Other discoveries soon followed. Massive skulls and bone fragments emerged from sites near Montpellier and the Pyrenees, some reportedly belonging to individuals over 15 feet tall. Yet the remains vanished into museum basements, never re-examined with modern methods. Skeptics argued they were misidentified animal bones, perhaps Pleistocene bears or mammoths, mistaken for humans by 19th-century anatomists eager for fame. The era produced famous hoaxes like the Cardiff Giant in America, a carved stone figure discovered to fool the public. Could Castelnau be another case of exaggeration turned legend? Yet the original reports insist multiple scientists studied the bones before they disappeared. Why would experts risk reputations to authenticate forgeries? And why have no excavations in the same region produced the missing evidence again? The giant of Castelnau lingers between archaeology and folklore, its bones lost, its measurements recorded, its reality uncertain. Perhaps it was error, perhaps hoax, or perhaps buried beneath centuries of soil and skepticism. Traces of beings larger than history admits still wait to be found.